class. I welcome you especially to today's geography class. Don't forget, in the last class, we have looked at migration, its types and forms. I told you migration is the movement of people from one place to another, either to settle permanently or temporary. And we look at the types. I told you we have emigration and immigration. Moving into a country, that is immigration. Moving out, emigration. For today, we are going to look at nature of migration. Nature of migration. Some authors call it types. But here I put it as nature. By the end of this class, you should be able to differentiate between voluntary migration and involuntary migration. Number two, you should be able to examine the pull and the push factors of migration. And lastly, you should be able to analyze the consequences of migration, either to the source region or to the destination. And don't forget, I told you in the last class, the point you are taking off is called the source, while the place you are entering is the destination. So we are going to look at the consequences to both sides. Now, let's look at the first one, voluntary migration. What is voluntary migration? As the name implies, voluntary, that is out of your way. It is simply the movement of people from one place to another by will. Don't forget, is the major point here. By will, by your choice. You intentionally decide to move. That is voluntary migration. While the involuntary is the opposite of it. Involuntary migration, that is the movement from one place to another against, don't forget the underlying word there, against your wish or by force. You are forced to leave a particular place. That is called involuntary migration. Now, let's move forward further. There are some factors that can will result to that promote that action. Those actions. Now, look at the pull factors of migration. Let's look at the pull factors. Pull factors, these are the positive factors. That is, they are the things that encourage or attract people to move. They serve as they are the agents of voluntary migration. That is, those factors that encourage people to move to other places. Then we call them agents of voluntary migration we have talked about, such as presence of good job, good amenities. You can, because you have heard of the availability of a job and good pay in a particular place like Lagos, for example, you'll be encouraged to move to that place. That factor that moves you from that place to the place, from your place to that location is called a pull factor. Let's look at the next one, that which is the opposite of it. That is the push factors. These ones are the negative factors that force you out of a particular place. Those negative factors that chase you out of your particular location, we call them push factors. They are pushing you, as the name implies, push factors. They are agents of involuntary migration. You don't want to move, but the factors are not allowing you to stay in that place. For example, outbreak of disease, low income. You discover that you want to leave the place, not because you want to, but because you cannot stay there again. So we call this the push factors. Push factors. Let's look at benefit of migration. What are the benefits of moving? We can have that the benefits at the source region. Let's take the first one. To the source region, what do you stand to gain? All the advantages of underpopulation we have discussed. When you are living in a particular place, the population in that place will become low. We call that underpopulation. All the benefits that a person will enjoy because that area is underpopulated is applicable to this one. Benefit of migration in the source region. You can see example there. There will be less pressure on resources. There will be less crime rates because the population is low. So, and many more like that as we discussed in the previous classes. So, those are the benefits to the source region. But what happened to the destination? To the destination, the place where people are entering. You discover that to the destination, the population will be high. One of the benefits of that is that there will be large market, there will be large labor force. All the advantages of overpopulation that we discussed, they are applicable here. Please take note of that. Large market, large labor force, they are part of the benefits of migration to the destination. Don't forget, destination and the source. That's what we're talking about. Let's look at the negative aspect of it, the disadvantages of migration to both the origin as well as the destination. Let's look at the first one. To the source or the origin, all the disadvantages of underpopulation. When people have left a particular place, what happened to that point? One of them is there will be low labor force, there will be low output because people are not there and they are less. The population is, the number of people working there, they have reduced. Because of that, the output will be low. So these are the disadvantages there. What about to the destination? What of all the disadvantages of overpopulation? High crime rate, as many as you can mention like we did in the last class. You look at food shortage, congestion. You know, all this applicable to the destination where people have migrated to. Don't forget, we have looked at voluntary and involuntary migration. I told you voluntary migration is when you move to a particular area out of your will, while involuntary when you are pushed out of a particular place. And we talked about the push and the push factors. Please take note of them. Remember to open the attached document for more information. And don't forget to turn in your tax before the end of today. Thank you and God bless.